Hello everybody. So today's video, I really want to focus on the practices, rules, and principles that I adapted into my life throughout my 50-pound weight loss journey that I still use today, and just kind of show you guys what a couple of my days look like while I incorporate these things. And so one of the rules that I have for myself is that if I want something and I know that it's healthy for me or good for me, I let myself get it unrestricted. Usually it's with things like fruits and stuff like that, but today I'm really craving some juice, so I'm gonna make it myself. And I'm also craving some berries to put on my oatmeal. I just got back from a run, have not eaten yet. So we're gonna go to the store and grab a couple of things and we're gonna make some fresh pressed juice, okay? A few videos ago, I talked about how I started running, and I got a lot of questions about my weight loss journey, and I felt like I should be clear that my weight loss journey and my running journey are two very different things. I started running when I was heavier, but to keep it really simple, I lost weight by walking and being in a calorie deficit, and I didn't start running until I was about 35 pounds down. But a lot of the systems that I used over my weight loss journey, I still use now that I'm 50 pounds down and training for a marathon. And like I said earlier, if I want something like fruit or salad, anything I know is good for me, I let myself have it. So I just left the grocery store and I met the sweetest woman. She came up to me and was talking to me about her church, and I'm not religious, but I'll always listen to somebody talk about something they're passionate about. But then she was like, yeah, I saw you getting the beets and I wanted to know what you were making with them. And I was like, oh, I'm making like a beet juice. And she was like, well, here's my number, text me the recipe. And I was like, okay. So now I'm gonna share this recipe with that woman and you guys. So maybe this is like gonna be a renowned beet juice recipe and we can all enjoy it together. I used to have episodes where I would eat a lot of fast food or ice cream and all kinds of stuff, and I now know that those were binging episodes. But then I would always say, well, now I can't eat the fruit or the healthy food that I bought because I ate too much today. But I noticed that when I started letting myself eat the fruit or whatever good foods that I actually had in my fridge, I really started craving it more and I started to prefer it more as well. But I also started being radically honest about what I can and can't have in my house. I know a lot of people preach about discipline when you're trying to lose weight, but I actually think it's more important to just be honest with yourself. Even now, years away from my heaviest weight, I cannot have Ben & Jerry's in my house because I know that I can and will eat it all in one sitting. So if you take anything from this portion of the video, I hope it's a reminder to not cheat yourself and to be honest about where you're at, because losing weight isn't just something that you do today. It's practices and mindsets that are going to stick with you forever, and true self-honesty is one of those practices that can genuinely change your entire life. The taste test. It doesn't taste like the one from Whole Foods, which is what I kind of got the inspiration for this, but it's really good. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be making this again. Delish. Hello, it is 6 p.m. I'm going on my evening walk. I walk pretty much every night. It is a non-negotiable that I incorporated into my life when I first started my weight loss journey. and I just love it. I honestly feel like it ends my day on a good up note because I get some sunshine, I get some movement in, and it's just really nice. I think something that I did in the beginning of my weight loss journey that made it hard for me to stick to it the many times that I tried to lose weight was doing something really extreme in the beginning instead of just doing something that was easy, something that I could do every single day. And that's the reason that I love walking so much, because it is something that I can do every single day. I love walking. And when I'm not training for a marathon, I will be hiking and going on daily walks, and that's it. I just like getting outside after I eat and feeling like, I also feel like it helps with digestion. I know there's science behind it, but I don't know what that science is, okay? But I know there's science behind it, so in my head, I'm like, I'm doing something good. That juice came out so good. Oh my gosh. I was buying the one from Whole Foods, and it's like $8.99 for a little bottle, and it was only like, I think $7 and something cents for me to make an entire pitcher of that beet juice. So I'm gonna be making that at home from now on. That's crazy how expensive that is. I'm gonna spend the rest of my day out here probably just listening to some books and hanging out. We've got a 10K tomorrow and not much else, honestly. Tomorrow's my day off. I don't have anything going on, so I'm gonna be hanging out and having a good time. Good morning. We're just getting started on today's 10K, nice and easy. It is so humid out here. I'm like, I feel like this is gonna be a struggle run, but I ate good yesterday and I slept okay, so hopefully the run goes well. Another little easy run, and we'll see how it goes. Something really important that I incorporated into my life is non-negotiables, and one of my biggest non-negotiables is movement in the morning. One thing I love about marathon training is that I know exactly what my workouts are going to be. Today I ran this 10K, and that was pretty much all I did this morning, but any movement is good movement, so you can do anything that you like. You can go on a walk, you can go on a run, you can do Pilates. Anything that gets you moving is really important, and your non-negotiables don't have to be the same as mine. So if movement in the morning isn't something that's accessible to you because of your job or anything else, then that's okay. But I think having non-negotiables is a really important way to establish boundaries with yourself, and it's a really great way to make sure that you start showing up for yourself in any way that you can. So this is the meal for tonight. This is a little tofu bowl. I kind of make this like every couple of days. It's got cucumbers, tomatoes, tofu, vegan feta, and couscous, and then I season it a little bit, and then I add like a nice drizzle to the top, whatever I have in the fridge, and it's so good. It's really easy to meal prep. I don't really meal prep because I think meal prep is gross. I'm gonna be honest, okay? I actually think that meal prepping is really amazing, and I wish that I was somebody that could do it more consistently. I think growing up the way that I did made me not like meal prep because we had to eat leftovers because we couldn't afford not to. And now that I don't have to do that, I'm not going to. Something else I wanted to touch on, I think that when it comes to weight loss, food is the number one thing when it comes to any kind of weight loss, any kind of nutritional changes in your life. And if you're someone like me who didn't grow up with proper education on how to eat, really anything outside of like, this is a calorie and this isn't, it's going to be a much bigger journey than you think, because it's not just eat less calories. Like a lot of it, there's so many things that you really don't learn about until you're forced to learn about it. And for me, it was because I was so overweight that I was sick all the time. I didn't feel good. I felt awful constantly. And that was one of the big reasons that I decided to lose weight. But I didn't grow up with the resources to learn about anything that came along with food and food education. So I had to figure it out myself. I watched YouTube videos, I got books, I just started doing my own research so that I could learn more about food and how to eat and things like that. Unfortunately, it's something that a lot of us just aren't taught in general, but it's even worse when you're in a community that is just, it's not a priority because most of our priorities are just to survive. But when you're older and you realize, okay, I want to live a long life, I want to live a healthy life, it's like, okay, well, now the next step in this is to teach myself how to do that. And I think that it's just such an important stepping stone towards living a better and healthier life, because it will also determine how you eat when you're not on a weight loss journey anymore. So for me, I found it really important to make sure that I was incorporating whole foods, and I was plant-based for pretty much my entire journey. I don't completely cut out animal products. I do not eat meat at all. But sometimes like I'll eat something that has cheese in it, or I'll eat something that has milk in it. I don't buy cheese and I don't buy milk, but if I'm like out and I get a pastry, like I get a pastry, I would say I'm probably like 98% vegan, but not 100. So, but you know, that's something that's accessible for me and something that I enjoy because I get grossed out by a lot of foods. It's easy for me to eat a plant-based diet. I don't know what it is. I can't go into the details because I don't want to gross you guys out. But finding a way of eating that you really enjoy is really, really important. And I think a lot of people think that trying to lose weight is all like, you just eat plain oatmeal and you are eating rice and chicken, or you cut out all your carbs or whatever. And it should not be that. It should be that you're eating foods that you really enjoy and foods that you really like, because if you're eating things that you don't like, you're not going to stick to it. And I would know from personal experience. I tried keto for a day. I did like a juice cleanse. That was crazy. I've tried so many things throughout my journey. Even when I was younger, like I was trying all kinds of crazy diets because I wanted to lose a lot of weight. And I realized that I had to shift my mindset out of like, I want to lose a lot of weight to I want to be healthier. And when I just wanted to be healthier, the weight loss came on its own. A lot of these things that I'm preaching right now are really, again, back to mindset. I think a huge part of weight loss is always going to be your mindset. And the way that you see food is really important, because food is fuel, but food is also life. And we should enjoy the food that we're eating, even if we're trying to live a healthier lifestyle or lose some weight or whatever it is. I found it really important to make sure that I'm eating food that I enjoy. And I also find it important to eat foods that are good for me. So it's all about balance, and yeah. But yeah, if you don't like meal prepping like me, don't meal prep. It grosses me out. I don't know how people are eating 4 or 5-day-old chicken. That sounds like a nightmare to me. But honestly, I hype myself up in the morning. I'm just like, damn girl, you look good. I'm gonna go on a nice long walk. I never thought that I would look like this. And it's incredible, honestly. It's really amazing. It took a long time to get here, but I'm very proud of it. So let's go on our walk. So something else I have found really important throughout my weight loss journey is to find ways to manage my stress. I had a really bad tendency to overeat when I was stressed, and to just snack in general when I was stressed out, because I found it to be a comfort. And I think that a lot of times if you grow up and you're just in a state of stress or an environment of stress, it feels normal, but it's not normal, you know? So as you get older and you realize like, I don't want to be stressed the rest of my life, you have to find ways to manage that stress. And for me, that's going on walks, making art, going to ceramics, doing whatever I can to downsize the stress that I feel. I also make sure to have dedicated days throughout my week where I'm not running, I'm not doing anything crazy, I'm just doing things that I like and doing things that I enjoy. Even though, yes, I can go outside and walk for like 3 hours at a time, that is not high stress to me because it's something that I'm used to. I walk a lot when I'm at work. I get like insane amounts of steps when I'm at work, but I already walk a lot, so that's not high stress to me. But making sure that you manage your stress is really important, because having too much stress is really bad for you. And you know what? It can kill you. Just saying.
sol se pôs, pensei em nós dois. Foi a alma que morreu. Tudo escureceu bem ao meio-dia. Foi no apogeu. Quem diria que seria o fim de você e eu?
Using art as a way to manage my stress has completely changed my life. During my weight loss journey, I got sober, and since I had to find ways to decompress without alcohol, I started exploring my creativity. This, in turn, has inspired me to go back to school this fall to study visual arts, and I am so excited for that journey. It's still so crazy to me that my weight loss journey turned into something so much bigger, and I feel very grateful that my life has unfolded the way that it did. I hope that showing the rules and practices that I followed throughout my weight loss journey inspired you in some way, and thank you so much for joining me on this week's video. I still have been trying to figure out how to manage my time well with YouTube, so if I'm a little sporadic with the posts, don't be mad. I'm trying to post once a week, but right now you're getting every other week if I have the time. So again, thank you so much for joining me on this week's video, and enjoy the view of the pots that I made.